Hey everybody, Stargut here. Today I will be reviewing two popular recessed lights brand that you can pick up for cheap at Amazon or any online retailer. So right here I have the Amico 6-inch 5 CCT round LED Ultra Slim downlight on the left, and the accompanying junction box. And on the right we have the Sunco that long model number. They are very similar lights. Both of them are slim and are kind of designed for easy DIY installation. The benefit of these, as opposed to the canned lights, which have the big metal housing, is that you can install it anywhere in the ceiling. You don't have to support it on either side with the studs. So you can see I've installed one of the Amico recessed lights kind of in the middle of the ceiling. You just put it up there after cutting a hole in the drywall, and it has these spring clamps that will kind of hold it in place, so that's the only support you ever need. So these are very similar, like I said. This one is a little less bright, 850 lumens, as opposed to this one, which is a little brighter. This brand also has 5 different color temperature settings, and there is a little switch on the side of the junction box where you can change those settings. By default it is set to kind of the coldest temperature, I believe. It's like the bluest, but for living rooms it might be more appropriate to bring that a little lower. This one is fixed at 3000 color temperature, so it's probably better to use in living rooms or places where you want a more warm color. As for pros and cons, I like Amico better because it looks a little higher quality than Sunco. This one does come with I think a longer warranty, but overall I like the feel of this. You can see this has a metal backing to it. This one does not. I also feel like the clamps are higher quality in the Amico. You can see the spring looks a little bigger, more robust than this one, so it's probably more likely to hold this in place. These are pretty standard. The connections here, they're screw on, but another big difference is the junction box. So we got the Amico on the left and the Sunco on the right. You can see this is a plastic housing. All the wires are going to be connected inside here, and this is a metal housing. Again, I like the metal better. It's a little higher quality, probably going to last longer than the plastic. And another difference that may be important is that this one has 4 slots, so you can have at most 4 cables plug into this junction box. Let's say you, as opposed to this one, you only have 2, right? So the way this is going to work is you might have a power coming in from, so these are going to be wired in parallel to each other, right? So they're each going to get 120 volts. You're going to have one line coming in from the consecutive recessed light going in, and maybe one going out to the next recessed light. But let's say at a later stage you want to add another recessed light close to this one. Well, it's going to be difficult because you only have 2 and you used them up, right? So as opposed to this one, you get the flexibility. You can add in, splice in additional recessed lights later. Okay, let's look inside these junction boxes now. They're very easy to open for the Amico. Just you know, slide it open like that. There's like a little hinge there. This one, it's also very easy. There's a little clip here, and there you go. They're both open now. You can see that there is no ground wire in the Sunco because the housing is plastic. You're not going to get shocked if you touch this and there's like the wire touching the housing. There are 2 wire nuts inside for you to make the connections to here. Again, very simple. Now let's look inside the Amico. Because it is a metal housing, we now have a ground wire in addition to the neutral and hot. You can see that they put in these are the Wago connectors, and these are very good. Just make sure that you have the correct wire sizes going in. These are kind of like push to connect, so you push it in. So let's say you got the ground and you got your ground from the power, right? So you push those in the same Wago connector, and you do the same for the others. So I think you want to do up to 14 gauge. I think they have the gauges here, but if you got a big wire, 10 gauge, yeah, you probably don't want to put it in here. It's not going to fit. Okay, so that's pretty much it. They're both very easy to install, very beginner friendly. Again, oh, actually one more thing. You can see that this one has a little baffle here, so that I guess the light can spread out more, whereas this one is kind of like a spotlight, unidirectional. But yeah, some people, it's up to personal preference. There's also this plastic bit that kind of helps seal the light. Yeah, I usually take it off because it's not really necessary indoors. Okay, so this is also less efficient. You can see this uses 14 watts for lower luminosity than this one, which is 12 watts. So this is probably like a newer model than this. This one probably came out later. This is probably one of the more old recessed light designs. So all in all, I'm gonna go with Amico because it's got a higher quality finish and the metal feels nice. It's got better springs and brighter, more flexibility in the color temperature. Yeah, that's my review. Bye.